here to represent the NYPS United States. I have a question here. Although our country is rich in natural resources, Nigeria still poses a stark dichotomy of wealth and poverty. There are conflicting statistics about the percentage of poverty levels in Nigeria. As the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, what will you say is the accurate percentage of poverty in Nigeria, and what are your strategic plans to reduce the level of poverty in the country if re-elected? Thank you.
Thank you. The issue of poverty, of course, there are conflicting percentages because the National Office of Statistics has been using a particular method to compute poverty. For you to compare poverty, whether it's declining and improving, you have to compare maybe 2015 to 2014. So what happened and what brought that confusion is when they did that computation for 2013 or so, they used the more modern method accepted by the World Bank. But then they used that one to compare the figures of the previous year, which was based on an old method that's no longer used universally. So they got a figure that was outrageous. And even the World Bank said, no, that is not quite correct. So they have to recompute it. The actual percentage now is at 3.1%, not the something percent that some people mentioned. I remember when the aviation minister was in London for a hack talk, the lady who interviewed him mentioned about something percent, and I watched the program I laughed. She didn't really know the currency, in fact 3.1%. But the issue is not even the percentage. When one admits that there must be, if every country you go, even the very rich countries, you still see poor people. But our commitment is not to talk about percentages. Our commitment is to make sure that every Nigerian has the means of at least feeding, going to school. And that if you look at it, we, as the federal government, we're even doing things, or we're attempting to handle programs and projects that ordinarily have been the responsibility of local governments. If you take what we call the Almajiri schools, for example, because you cannot remove poverty if people are not educated. You must educate people a little, because these days we are not talking about primitive farming. We are talking about value chain in agriculture. We are talking about dry-zone farming. We are talking about using improved varieties. We are talking about using agrochemicals and other agro inputs. So for the kind of farmers who were expected, and farmers that at least have some level of literacy, that they can read and write, they can use their cell phones effectively to access government assistance. So we introduced this Almajiri school because these are young people that have left their parents to distant places to learn the Islamic education under some malams, and sometimes they cannot really take care of the children. So sometimes they use them as beggars to go to the street to beg, then go to what they call schools, sometimes in the dilapidated buildings to read. By all standards, they are educated, because some of them can memorize the Quran that most adults can't do. But when they finish that level of education, even their local governments don't employ them, because they cannot really transact anything apart from the Islamic education. I said no, they must combine with Western education, so that by the time they graduate, their local governments can employ them, companies can employ them. They can also proceed to the university. And if you want to read up to PhD in religious studies, they are very free. And we introduce that. This is not only supposed to be the responsibility of local governments to some extent, because that has to do with basic education. The first 9 years of education, the basic primary and the 3 years of secondary education. The idea is that these children have been dislocated from their parents, must be catered for. So you have to introduce boarding system to take care of their feeding, uniforms and so on. That is the difference between the Almajiri and the other forms of the basic education. Most other forms, children are mainly day students. But these ones, they are in boarding schools. They are being fed and taken care of and properly managed, because they must be educated. And we emphasize so much on agriculture, because we know that oil deals with about 70% of government earnings, so it contributes just about 14.5% of our GDP. So oil contribution to GDP is even less than that of agriculture, but in terms of government earnings, it's about 70%. Also, we cannot depend on oil alone. We have to expand the agricultural sector. And that is a sector that will provide for so many Nigerians. But there is no part of this country that you cannot plant or at least rear animals for fish. And that's why we are emphasizing so much in agriculture, and we are introducing also the dry season farming. Before this time, Nigerian farmers only depend on rain-fed agriculture. They only exploit the 4 months where we have rain, that is in the north and probably the middle belt. In the south, also rains almost the whole year round. But even then, because the rains are so heavy during the rainy season, so you crop only once. But in the north, in the savannah area, especially the Guinea savannah and the Sudan savannah, you can crop 2 times. And that's what we are doing now. We are introducing irrigation so that farmers crop at least 2 times a year. And we'll go into the 3rd round of cropping in some of our aspirations. This is what we are doing. I will continue to do that. And it has been helping tremendously to increase the capacity of the farmers in terms of producing the grains. And of course, increasing the spending power of the farmers. Their pockets are becoming bigger. And we are reducing poverty through that method. So we are not too interested in statistics. I'm not too interested in statistics, just like GDPs and so on. Yes, the statistics help us to plan. Help those who want to invest in the country to take a decision whether this is a country that the economy is stable or not, that I can invest. But as a government, what we are interested is for Nigerians to feel the impact of government, for Nigerians not to sleep like our days, sometimes to sleep without eating, for the young Nigerians to feed well, go to school, and go on to become a useful citizen and contribute to our economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.